Hello everyone. So again, here I am meeting you all through another video. Before I start the lesson for today, there is a small message for you girls, because on Edmodo, many of the girls message and ask me, teacher, how to send the homework. You know girls, it's something which you have to understand. Before the start of every lesson, every day, I just discuss the homework with you, so that if you have done the homework, you can just cross check the answers, like how we do in the class. In the class also, I don't take a book and keep checking it, right? I just give you the answers, and if it is correct, you say it's correct. If it's not, then you correct it, right? The same way we are following here. You don't need to upload anything, or you don't need to wait for when is the teacher going to collect the homework. It's just that I'll be discussing the answers before I start the lesson for the next day. So you just have to cross check it by yourself. You don't need to upload it or send it to me. Yeah, some of the girls were sending the pictures. That's okay. That's just to show that you have done the homework. It doesn't mean that I'm checking for them and I'm telling them anything. I'm discussing the homework answers so that you can be sure of your answers. That's all. And also one more thing about the links. Okay, it's the same link for Google Drive, the one which I have shared before. So you have to go to the same link. If you open the same link, you will get different folders on the dates which they have. You have to do the lessons. Like for example, yesterday's lesson will be under the day 16 to 17 to, like that. Okay, so you just have to go to that folder and get your lessons, whichever is uploaded. And really the school does those, whatever is done in Google Drive, the school is uploading it. I'm only uploading it on YouTube and sharing the link with you, so that you will not find any further problem for math. I'm doing it only for math. I'm uploading only on YouTube for math only, because sometimes many of the girls had sent me the message, the video is not opening because it's showing that the views have been exceeded or something like that. And you know, in YouTube that problem is not there. So that's the only purpose. Like anytime you can access the YouTube link, there will be no restrictions. Only for that purpose I am only uploading by myself on YouTube. Other than that, there is no other purpose for it. Whatever is on Google Drive, the school is uploading, and they are responsible for uploading it. Okay, so let me start the lesson for today. Yesterday I asked you all to do some questions, right? I told to try doing the questions. I hope many of you have tried, and 2 or 3 girls even told me that it's very easy. It doesn't, but I don't know about the others, because I never get feedback from any other girls except the usual 2-3 girls who say, I understood the lesson, teacher, I solved the questions, they were correct, or teacher, the lesson was easy. I just get 2 or 3 girls responding to me. So others, I have no idea what is going on. I can only record and I can teach you. Okay, so let's start by discussing question number 3, 4, 5 and 6. Now question number 3, again they are asking you to refer to this picture here, this image. Okay, so angle 4 is 6x minus 19 and angle 5. So they're referring to angle 4 and 5. Which is angle 4 and which is angle 5? These two. Again, they are corresponding angles, right? So you are going to be using the converse of corresponding angles postulate. I reminded you several times, corresponding angles is postulate. So how are you going to be solving this? You know, corresponding angles are always equal, right? So here they have given you the value of x as 11. So once you start solving it, you will find out that both the angles are equal. So angle 4, I am doing this for angle 4 first. 6x minus 19, the value of x is given to be as 11. So 6 multiplied by 11 minus 19, that's going to be 66 minus 19. So 66 minus 19 is going to give you 47. Okay, so angle 4 is 47 degrees. The measure M is for measure of angle 4 is 47 degrees. So let's find out what is it for angle 4. Angle 5. So the measure of angle 5, and what reason are you going to give here? Sorry, I forgot to give the reason. Here we are just substituting what's the value of x? 11 for x. That's all. In fact, it's this step. Just substituting 11 for x. So angle 5, they have given 3x plus 14. So all what you need to do is substitute 11 in place of 3 plus 14. Give the reason what you have done. Substitute 11 for x. Okay, so 3 11s are 33 plus 14 is going to give you 47 degrees. So again we got the measure of angle 5 also as 47 degrees. Of course we have to use the theorem. So measure of angle 4 is equal to measure of angle 5. Why? Because of the definition of corresponding angles. In the corresponding angles, they say that both angles are equal. So angle 4 is 47 degrees, equal 47 degrees because of the so what we have to show is that P and Q are parallel, right? So P is parallel to Q. Why is that? Because of the converse of corresponding angles postulate. So this is how you have to solve for question number 3. I think by now many of you have understood what you have to do. Just the opposite of what you did in lesson 2. But you have to remember the theorems and the postulates. Okay. Now question number 4, they have asked you to use the theorems and given information to show that R is parallel to S. So we have to show R is parallel to S. And question number 4 is angle 1 is congruent to angle 5 or corresponding to angle 5. So this is angle 1. Highlight the angles so that you will know what angles are they talking about. And they're talking about angle 1 and 5. Once you know what these angles are, use the same converse of those angles theorem. So what are these angles? They are exterior, right, and they are opposite, so they are alternate exterior angles. So how are you going to prove that R is parallel to S? Angle 1 is congruent to angle 5. This is the given information for us. Okay, so we don't need to do anything here. So angle 1 is congruent to angle 5 because of the converse of alternate exterior angles theorem. So R is parallel to S. In fact, you have to write that reason here. Okay, so by the converse of the alternate exterior theorem, R is parallel to S because angle 1 is corresponding to angle alternate, they are alternate exterior angles, so it is R is parallel to S. Okay, now moving on to question number 5, we have M angle 3, this is the angle and this is the angle. So what is angle 3 and 4? Here is angle 3 and here is angle 4. Angle 3 and 4. So again, what angles are they? By now you have to be very familiar with the names of the angles. So they are again angles which are inside and together. So what are these angles called as? It's in the shape of a U. Always the angles inside U are called as same-sided interior angles. And what's the rule for them? They must add up to 180 degrees. This is the rule, right? So let's solve it for this question. So they gave us angle 3 plus angle 4 is equal to 180 degrees. Okay, so what are we going to do? Why did they say angle 3 and angle 4 is equal to 180? Angle 3 and 4 are same-sided. interior angles, right? So they did not ask us to solve or do anything. They already gave us the information here. We only have to identify what angles are these two and write the theorem. So R is parallel to S because of what? Because of the converse of same-sided interior angles theorem. Because of this, the converse of the same-sided interior angle theorem, R is parallel to line S. Now here you have to of course say what kind of angles are they. So they are same-sided interior angles. They add up to 180. Okay, moving on to question number 6, which is angle 3 is congruent to angle 7. So which is angle 3? This is angle 3, and again they're talking about angle 3 and angle 7. So the name of these angles are, right, interior alternate interior angles, right? So which theorem are you going to be using for this? Of course you have to use the converse of alternate interior angles theorem. So how are you going to prove it? Nothing, you just write angle 3 is congruent to angle 7. Why? Because they are alternate interior angles, right? And so R is parallel to S because of the converse of interior angles theorem. Clear? Now to move on, the next is question number 7. Okay, if you have solved it, very good, because I told you to try to solve it, but I don't know how many of you have solved it. So question number 7 is angle 4 is 13x minus 4 and angle 8 is 9x plus 6, whereas the value of x is given to be 5. So question number 7, they're talking about angle 4 and they're talking about angle 8. So this and this. So again, what angles are they? They are again alternate interior angles. So you're going to be using the converse of the alternate interior angles to prove that R is parallel to S. So how are you going to do it? You know that alternate interior angles are equal, right? So question number 7, we have angle 4 is 13x minus 4 degrees and angle 8 is 9x plus 16, and the value of x is given to be 5. So what are you going to do? Find out angle 4 first. So 13x minus 4. So replace the x with 5. So that's going to be 65 minus 4, which is equal to 61 degrees. This is for angle 4. Now for angle 8, it's 9x plus 16 degrees. So 9 multiplied by 5 is plus 16. So 45 plus 16 is equal to 61 again. So angle 4 is equal to angle 8. Because of what? Because they are alternate interior angles. This is the definition, right? Alternate interior angles. So you have to prove that R is parallel. What is the measure of angle 4? Angle 4 was 61 degrees and angle 8 is also 61 degrees. So now you have to prove that R is parallel to S because of the converse of alternate interior angles theorem. Okay, so I'm not going to solve question number 8 and 9 because it is very similar to the previous question. I will only discuss which theorem or postulate you need to use. Angle 8 and angle 7. Where is angle 8? Angle 8 and angle 7. They're talking about this and this. angle 8 and angle 7. Okay, now angle 8 and angle 7, again they are same sided interior angles, so you will use that theorem, converse of same sided interior angles theorem. Okay, so question number 9 is talking about angle 2 and angle 6. Where is angle 2 and angle 6? This 2, angle 2 and angle 6. So what angles are they? They are alternate exterior angles, so you will be using the converse of alternate exterior angles theorem to prove that R is parallel to S. Okay girls, now let me go to question number 10. Now these kinds of questions will be given for you, I don't know, in case if you have an exam. Okay, all what you have to do is they will give you the statements. Okay, you have to prove what is the question. Complete the 2-column proof. Angle 1 is congruent to angle 2. You have to do prove this is given for you, and angle 3 is congruent to angle 1. What they are saying is these two angles are equal as well as these two angles are equal. So you have to prove that xy is parallel to xw. So you have to prove that xy, this line, is parallel to this. Okay, how do you complete this table here? Okay, so here angle 1 is congruent to angle 2 and angle 3 is congruent to angle 1 is already given. So when they have given you the information which already they have given, you have to write given. That's all. Okay, now how can angle 2 be equal to angle 3? How can angle 2 be congruent to angle 3? What are these two angles? These two. Are they outside? No, they are inside, right? So it is interior. It's something to do with interior. So are they on the same side? No, they are opposites. So they are alternate. So we are going to use the converse of the alternate angles. The definition of the alternate angles. Alternate interior angles theorem. So how can you say that angle 2 is congruent to angle 3? Because of the definition of alternate interior angles. Because of the definition, we can say that it is angle 2 is equal to angle 3. Now the last step, what are we going to prove? We are going to prove that xy, which is already given proof, is parallel to WV. Why is xy parallel to WV? Because of this. So the one you find out, the statement which they gave you, angle 2 is equal to angle 3, that's because of the alternate interior angles. So how did you prove that xy is parallel to WV? Because of the converse of alternate interior angles theorem. Okay girls, this is how you complete a 2-column proof. That's all. Nothing is to be done there. Okay, so let me move on with question number 11. Don't think it's a difficult question, only that you need to redraw the pictures for you to make it clear. Now they said in the fire escape, angle 1 is 17x plus 9 and angle 2 is 14x plus 18. So this is angle 1 and this is angle 2. And x is equal to 3. So you don't even need to find out what x is because they already have given you the value of x. Show that the two landings are parallel. So the landings they're asking about is this. This is the landing and this is the landing. Landing means like once you get down the staircase where you go to. So this is one landing and this is one landing. We have to show that this and this is parallel. So let me draw it as a clear picture for you. I'm solving this question number 11. Okay, so the picture is supposed to be like this. This is a landing, okay, and this is also a landing. This is angle 1, which is given to be 17 x plus 9, and this is angle 2, which is given to be 14 x plus 18. So I'll give you a minute. Try to prove that this and this is parallel. You can name them if you want to. Okay, you can name the lines like A, B, C, D, anything. You can name it and prove it also. So take a minute and come on, solve it and say how are the landings parallel. Okay, so they have given us these two angles, right? So what angles are they? First you need to understand what angles are they. They are alternate, right? Now, are they outside somewhere? No, they're inside. So of course we are going to be using converse of the alternate angles theorem. So first let's solve for angle 1, which is 7x plus 9. So the value of x was given to as 3. So 7 multiplied by 3 plus 9, that's going to be 21 plus 9, which is equal to 30 degrees. So angle 1 is 30 degrees. Let's find out what's angle 2. 14, angle 2 was 14x plus 18. So 14 multiplied by 3 plus 18, that's going to be 42 plus 18. That is 60 degrees. Okay, here I made a small mistake. I forgot the 1 here. It is 17. So 17, it's going to be 51. So this is going to be 60. Okay, I forgot the 1 here. It was 17. I thought it's 7. So 17. So if you multiply 17 by 3, that's going to be 51 plus 9 is 60. Now angle 1 and angle 2 are having the same. So how are you going to prove? First say that angle 1 is congruent to angle 2 because of what? Because they are alternate interior angles. Definition of alternate interior angles. Okay, now how much is angle 1? It is 60 degrees, which is equal to again 60 degrees, right? So y is the line. Okay, we can name our line as AB is parallel to CD because of the converse of alternate angles, alternate interior angles. Okay, so this is how you have to prove that the two landings are parallel. So finally you can give the answer. The two landings are parallel. Okay, so this is all how you have to do, girls. So the remaining lesson is all filled with those similar kinds of questions only. So I will only show you how to do this part, question number 22. Okay, because I want you to learn how to solve a two-column proof. Fine, so the question says complete the following two-column proof. Given AB is parallel to CD, this is parallel, you can see that they have shown you angle 1 is equal to angle 2 and angle 3 is equal to angle 4. So this is equal to this and this is equal to this. Prove that BC and DE are parallel. So first they have given us the statements. Here the last statement we have to write is this, which we need to prove. So first let me complete it. So I will write here C is parallel to DE. This is how you complete the last step, just to prove what you are going to prove. You have to write that. Okay, so why is AB parallel to CD? Because it's already given. The information which is already given for you, you write it as given. Okay, now angle 1 is congruent to angle 3, or angle 1 is equal to angle 3. What are these two angles referring to? Which angles are they? Angle 1 and angle 3. They are, yes, they are corresponding angles. Postulate, right? Angle 1 and angle 3 are corresponding, so we say angle 1 is equal to angle 3 because of the corresponding angles postulate. Next is angle 1 is congruent to angle 2. Now again, this is given, so we write this as given. This information is already given for us. See, it's given. Okay, now how do you know angle 2 is congruent to angle 4? What two angles are these? Again, they are you can say that they are corresponding angles also. Also, you can say them as like corresponding angles postulate, or that they both are equal, congruent angles. Also, you can say it as like that. Okay, now why is BC parallel to DE? What are we talking about? Which angles were we talking about? We were talking about corresponding angles, right? So you can say BC is parallel to DE because of the converse of corresponding angles postulate. Remember, for corresponding angles it was a postulate. So converse of the corresponding angles postulate. Okay, girls? So I don't think that was difficult. You just need to find out what angles are they talking about, and you have to use the opposite, that the converse, to prove that the lines are parallel. Now this is a very easy one. You just have to name the postulate or theorem. So let's do it together. Angle 8 is congruent to equal to angle 6. So angle 8. So what angles are they? They are corresponding angles. So you'll be using the converse of corresponding angles postulate. You just have to name the theorem. That's all. You don't have to do anything else. Angle 8 is congruent to angle 4. So angle 8 is congruent to angle 4. What angles are they? They are alternate exterior angles. So you will use converse of alternate exterior angles theorem. That's a theorem and that's a postulate. Okay, now question number 26 is angle 2 and angle 2 is equal to angle 6. So angle 2 and 6, they're talking about this and this. What angles are they? They are alternate interior angles. So you will be using which one? You will be using converse of alternate interior angles theorem. You just have to write it. Angle 7 is equal to angle 5. This and this, they're again talking about which angles? They are corresponding angles. So again, you will be using converse of the corresponding angles postulate. Clear? Now angle 3 and angle 7, again it's the same. They are alternate interior angles. So you will use alternate converse of alternate interior angles theorem. For a difference, we have this for now, angle 2 and angle 3. Really, now I cannot see which is angle 2 and 3. Okay, this is angle 2 and 3 is equal to 180. You know when it's something is equal to 180, they are same-sided interior angles, right? So same-sided interior angles theorem you will be using. You will be using the converse of it to prove that L is parallel to M. That's all. So I think we are done with this lesson. All what I want you to do is you will be solving the homework page for today. Okay, I don't have the homework page with me, so you all will be solving the homework page for today. And yes, I'll be discussing the answers for it tomorrow in tomorrow's video. You don't have to again ask me, teacher, where should I upload it, or where should I send it. You have to wait for tomorrow's video unless you get the answers. So do revise your lessons. It's not a difficult one, only you need to learn the different names of different angles and the theorems and the postulate, and use the converse of it to solve prove that the lines are parallel. So until I meet you girls on the next video, have a nice day and don't forget to do the homework.